Hi, here's a small update on how God has been moving here in Ukraine. A lot has been happening in different ministries, like the Frontline Ministry in the east where the fighting is, the Love and Action Ministry that feeds the poor and the homeless in 2 different cities in the west, and the Freedom Ministry here in Ivano-Frankivsk.
So I want to tell you about some of the retreats we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of them this year. One of them was called Revive. We really got to equip a ton of people in the gifts of the Spirit. We did a lot of prophetic training, healing, and it was just a really powerful time. The retreats are always just amazing. We had an amazing retreat called Fearless and Free with our wonderful friend Linda Kahanui. It was just so awesome. People got really touched. The Holy Spirit moved so powerfully. One of the guys that goes to my home group, he's basically a brand new believer at the moment. He was still kind of, just getting close to believing Jesus. But after that retreat, he just saw a huge change. He said that he changed mentally, that he became more kind. That before that, he was really harsh on himself. Because of that, he was really harsh towards others. So it was really awesome to see just transformation happen. And there was a huge focus on people stepping into their identity in Christ and knowing who they are. And there were some people who said that it was just like the best time they've ever had in their lives with God and with getting touched by the Holy Spirit. And there were people that they're just so grateful. People are so grateful when they start seeing God use them, when they start getting touched and getting just powerfully encountering Him, and especially when they start to step into ministering in the gifts and prophesying and seeing people healed. People get so excited. So the retreats are always so powerful. We're so grateful for everyone who's helped with them.
Something really epic.
Okay.
Вот это распетрус.
What color is the sky? I'm your more, I'm your more. You say that it's red.
Friends, here's a testimony. Just a few weeks ago, we've been feeding people. There was a lot of people, and we decided to activate royal knowledges, and just while our team was giving away the food, we were preaching the gospel about love and Jesus wants to heal and how He loved them so much. So we asked them, people have those sicknesses like with broken arms or ear or legs or pain in their body, and it was amazing. Like we sent the team around people, prayed for them, and I guess like 70% of people, they were healed the same moment. Within the next week after that, people would come up and say, yes, I got healed. It's just amazing to see what the Lord is doing when we are outside, just as we are feeding people and just available, really. Even in Ivano-Frankivsk, because we're feeding the poor grandmas and grandpas and refugees every week. It's amazing to see that they do not come just for food, but they literally come for healing and bring their relatives or bring their friends, because they don't have money for the doctor or for the medicine to buy, and Jesus is the only hope. And so this is amazing.
Команда волонтерів від Бога відвідує 3 населених пункти, приблизно 500 людей. Привезли питну воду, привезли гарячу їжу хліб і привезли свіжий хліб. Ну, а саме головне те, що ми привезли сьогодні Слово Боже і молитву. Люди зібралися. Зараз ще підійдуть. Це один населений пункт, і зараз поїдемо ще в один і потім ще в один.
stop to evacuate some people from we're going to be picking up multiple people in different areas. Мы просто расскажем, что было.
Легкость в ногах,
Вас Лена зовут?
слезы, да, Лена, и слезы.
Это вы Дух Святой переживаете. Дух Святой прикасается к вам.
Спасибо вам, хлопчик.
А расскажите вкратце, что было? То есть болели колени, вы что-то там намазали, чтобы легче было?
Ну да, я
Ну, когда ви ходите, було больно, да?
Да. Я то мазюкаю живокостом, мене трошки попускає.
А вы можете описать, что произошло во время молитвы? Что поменялось?
Мурашки йшли по кожі.
Мурашки.
І тепло.
А колени как сейчас?
Зараз, мене вони цілу не згиналися. Мене качає.
Качає, слава Богу.
Мальчик,
Всім братам і сестрам, всім нашим рідним, які признають Ісуса Христа Господом і Спасителем, всім велике вітання. Це дуже важлива робота, тому що так ми являємо людям Божу любов, підтримку. І люди часто думають, що Господь це щось таке, щось десь далеко, десь на небі. А ми своєю присутністю тут, зараз, на Донбасі, ми доказуємо те, що Бог – це реальність, і люди через нас відчувають Його любов та підтримку. Запам'ятайте, друзі, слава Ісусу Христу, тільки Він достоїн всієї слави і хвали. Все добре, ми рушаємо.
Hello, my name is Eve. I was a part of a freedom camp this year. I was among these teenagers, and most of them like from not Christian family, and they never had a connection with God or church. And it was really wondering when you see how the faces of the teenagers like change with every meeting where we're talking about God, or when we worshiping God, they start like stand up and also worshiping Him. And I still have like a connection with one girl from that camp who was not from Christian family, and she has so many questions about God, and she buys something that she never tried before, like something real. I like clearly felt the spiritual war there, the way, like the key to to them hearts was like just unconditional love.
What I see is that God is doing here in Ivano-Frankivsk among young people, among teenagers, is that they are really thirsty, like we see all around the world, for spirituality, but also for just like acceptance, love, unity, just to be heard, just to be perceived, just to be loved. And when they come to our community into freedom, it's so weird, but they feel such a safety to be open, to open up their hearts, their insecurities, their troubles, their traumas, some issues with their parents. So I mean, some such personal stuff, and they come in and they open up and they are changing, and it's such a blessing to see how God's love really changes people, heals them, when they can be themselves, maybe the first time in their lives. We don't have like such a fancy appearance. I mean, in our events or in our meetings, it's really simple because we are really straightforward regarding God, regarding that we are Christians, that we are Jesus followers, and this is serious, and that there should be prize, and like we try to preach and let them know the whole gospel. Like we are honest with them about everything, and they still choose to be with God.
Я тепер нова людина, я щаслива, просто все ніби відійшло, просто як з водою. Я не знаю, як це сформулювати нормальні речі, але просто я щаслива. Я щаслива, що я з Богом, я слідкую за ним.
So this is Sergey and Albina. Sergey and Albina served with us in our ministry to the poor in Kharkov before the war started. And then when the war started, they were displaced. They ended up in a city called Chernivtsi, which is close to the Romanian border. Instead of just, other than just trying to figure out how to work and survive, they launched an practically identical ministry to the poor like we did in Kharkov, feeding the poor on the streets. That kept growing, and eventually they had so many people get saved, and they started having discipleship classes, and a bunch of them got baptized. So they felt God calling them to launch a church, so they planted a church in Chernivtsi. So now we have Father's House Chernivtsi, and they continue to do the outreaches on the street that they were doing before, feeding people. And then just recently they launched a really exciting outreach with hot dogs, where they do it downtown on the square, and it's kind of more for youth. They just give out hot dogs and hang out and do fun activities with the youth, and so they're trying to reach out to the youth. So that's been really exciting to see what God's doing in Chernivtsi. So pray for them, and thank you all for supporting them and praying for them.
Thank you so much for your prayers and for helping fund these projects. You are welcome here in Ukraine at any time, and may God bless your day, and may you experience Him even more this week than ever before.